What's up, everybody? You're very welcome to tonight's show. I'm your host Craig, and this is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. As always, it's a pleasure to be on here talking to you wonderful people. Lots and lots to get through tonight, and I really do mean lots and lots, because as the day went on, the news kept coming thick and fast. Stuff kept coming out on Sky Sports News, and I have so much stuff to try and get through in an hour that, you know what? We just might have to go past an hour, and that's okay, because I've got the go-ahead from the missus once again. How are we? Sebastian's in, Kyle's in, Brian Morrissey, Joshua, Jamie, Gary, Paul, Patrick, Adrian, Graham, October, Tom, Desperados, Louis, Gonads. How are we? Lots and lots and lots to get through. Guys, tonight, to start tonight's show, I have a major announcement. News has broken, rule changes that might change football as how we know it forever, perhaps. I was talking about this with Connor before we started the stream. These rule changes are actually quite substantial. You often see little bits and pieces, but stuff has come out over the past 24 hours, and I'll go through it now. So new law changes revealed by the IFAB over the weekend concentrate on 5 rules which could drastically affect key areas of the game. Now, full disclosure, I took a lot of this information from Sky Sports News. I always want to try and give credit if I take information from a site, because people have gone through hard work to put that information up there. So the first one, and this is one that I think we touched on before, accidental handball will no longer count as a goal. So we've seen recently the goal with Sergio Aguero. I think it was his hat-trick goal for Manchester City in a recent game. It inadvertently went in off Sergio's arm, and the referee allowed it to stand. Well, from now on, any goal scored which have hit a part of a player's hand, deliberately or not, will no longer stand. So that's the first rule change, and of course I will want to know all your thoughts on that as well. The second one, and this is one that Connor very much disagrees with, by the way, no rebounds from penalties. I'll say it again, no rebounds from penalties. So as we know, and the example that they used here was Paul Pogba's recent penalty. It was saved by the keeper, comes back out, Pogba scores the rebound, job done, goal for United, Pogba celebrates, happy days. Well, now that won't happen anymore. This means players will no longer line up across the edge of the penalty area in an attempt to get in for the rebound. So penalty kick, goalkeeper saves it or hits the post, that's it, restart the game. No balls coming back out, no hitting the lead or no hitting the post, none of that stuff. Once the penalty's over, play stops. I don't know how they're going to restart it. I don't know if it's going to restart with a goal kick, a free kick, whatever it is if the penalty's missed. But yeah, there you go. Thirdly, I should say, substituted players can now leave the field anywhere. So to stop time wasting, and this is something that is rampant in the game. How many times have we seen substitution board go up, a player get the little nudge beforehand to say, look buddy, you're coming off in a second, and he trundles across to the far side of the field, bends down to tie his lace. Oh, is that my number that's up? And then he takes 45, 50 seconds to, strut across the field. Well, now, to stop that time wasting, when a player's taken off, they'll no longer have to leave the field at the halfway line. They can leave the pitch at the nearest point of exit. That's the corner flag, they leave it there. If it's the far side of the pitch, they leave it there. Behind the goal, wherever it is, you leave the field there. I love it. I absolutely love that rule. I'm sick of seeing this happen in games, and anything that can stop time wasting is a massive plus for me. Number 4 of the 5 rules that we're going to talk about is no attacking players are going to be allowed in a wall anymore. So how many times have we seen players, attacking players, stand in front of defenders in front of a wall, duck down, push them out of the way, lean back in, try and force a gap in the wall? This rule prohibits attacking players standing in the wall when a free kick is being taken, a tactic increasingly employed in recent years. So again, rule change number 4, and I'll fly back through these real quickly before I finish up on this segment. Number 5, coaches will receive yellow cards, Well, they say cards in this. Currently, coaches only receive verbal warnings for misconduct, but the change in rules will see them receive yellow cards and red cards just as players do. It'll likely be similar to the Football League law adopted last year, where managers can also receive a 1-game suspension. So, look, there you are. Just to go through them again really quickly, 1 to 5. Accidental handball won't stand anymore for goals. So if it bounces off your arm, goes inadvertently, even if you didn't mean it, goal ruled out. No rebounds from penalty kicks whatsoever. The game is going to just restart for a penalty. If you miss it, tough shit. If you score, happy days. Third rule, substituted players can leave the field absolutely anywhere. Fourth rule, no attacking players in the wall, so you won't be able to lean back in or try and create that hole or gap for the attacking player to strike the ball through. And the fifth and final rule, coaches will receive red and yellow cards, possibly resulting in 1-game suspensions. Now, I know this is a lot to start the show with tonight, guys, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to get your thoughts on each and every one of them. And this is only topic 1 of 6 or 7 that I have in my notes to go through. So let's see how we feel. Let me go back through your comments. Oh my god, these are massive, said Joshua. Louise, how are you, pal? Said, hey Craig, I agree with the subs rule. What else have we got? Pragmaverts was talking about the substitution rule and said, yep, they can leave anywhere, they have to take their shirt off to avoid confusion in peripheral vision, which is an interesting point he makes. No rebounds from penalties will slow the game down now, to be honest, said John Hayden. I wonder, mate, and I spoke about this with Connor beforehand, is the thinking behind this no rebound stuff kind of, you know, the double jeopardy rule? So if you miss the penalty and it comes back, you have another chance to score. Maybe they're thinking that, you know, the penalty in itself is enough of an opportunity. I actually don't know why exactly they came to the conclusion for this one. But as I said, if anybody wants to read through this in more details, on the Sky Sports site, Dermot Gallagher gives his opinion on each and every rule. So you can go on there, and full disclosure, as I said, that's where I took the information for this article from. If you want to go up there, have a look. It's in more detail there than I can go through on here. Did you see Vertonghen stand 1 yard behind Aubameyang when the penalty was taken? The new rule will end that, said AJ, which is true. Is the rebuild rule just in the Champions League? No, this seems is coming into football from everything that I can gather, mate. But look, I'm always open to correction. That's going to make for some fun walks back to the bench for a few players, said Brian Morrissey. No rebounds from penalties is bollocks, said Danny. What happens if Kimmich gets on the end of a rebound? I don't know what will happen to Kimmich, mate. Perhaps we can read about that in Der Spiegel as we go along. Thank you for letting me say Kimmich and Der Spiegel, Pragmaverts. Hate to no rebounds, one said. Well, look, Connor seemed to be on the nail with this one. Lots of people hating that rule, the one thing, rule number 2 that we spoke about. No rebounds and penalties is the one that seems to be in a lot of you have disagreement with. Klopp will surely card out, said Liz Golden. Yeah, he's definitely picking up a few, isn't he? I don't have any major problem with any of those rules, said Brian Morrissey. The penalty one, it does seem like the one that most goes against not the spirit of the game, but the flowing of the game. The flow of the game, perhaps? Yeah, the flow of the game that we're used to. I mean, penalty hits the post and it comes back and a player scores it. Then it used to be ruled out if the same player that struck the penalty and it hits the post, it used to have to touch another player, whether it be the keeper or another forward comes in and scores. Now, no rebounds whatsoever. If the keeper saves it or you miss the penalty, the game will be restarted in the keeper's possession. No rebound seems harsh, said Patrick Silk. Never a fan of rebounds. Very unfair on the keeper, said Brian Morrissey. Gary Richards said the attacking players not allowed in the wall is a great idea. It is, mate, isn't it? I've seen a couple of examples recently of players falling back into the wall to create space or pushing people over. Cade said the scenes when Kloppo picks up a red card, you know it's coming, mate. You know it's coming. We're still going to win the league. I'm very nervous. Toxic Boy, we'll get to that soon, pal. I've got the next 5 fixtures up there in the image tonight as well beside me if you want to have a look through that. Glad they never brought that penalty rule in 2004. Alonso would have been heartbroken now. Yeah, that is a very, very... 2005, mate. That's a very, very, very good shout, Graham. Imagine that. No rebound for Xabi Alonso in the 2005 Champions League final. Just remember... None of these rules apply to Kepa. It's a fair shout, Red Hulk. I mean, he can't be managed either. He's his own man. Gary Richards said, like and subscribe, everybody. And please do, look, if you're watching, we have our birthday coming up. And you know what? Full disclosure again, myself and Connor did the research on this one. And you won't believe how stupid I am. You know I'm stupid. That's fair game. But I thought our birthday was the 13th of March. Connor went back, and it seems the first time we actually started posting videos was in May. Whoops. But we're going to celebrate on the 13th of March because that's when we said we're going to give away the shirt. So on the 13th of March, we're going to be 1 year old. And so yeah, to celebrate our birthday, we're going to give away a couple of bits and pieces. First up, we have a shirt from scoredraw.com. If you want to go on there and follow at scoredrawretro on Twitter and subscribe to the channel on here, you will go into the draw to win any shirt you want from scoredraw.com. Have a look on there. There's loads of shirts. Even if you're not a Liverpool fan, there's lots and lots of shirts on there. You can pick whichever one you want, and the guys at Score Draw will post it out anywhere in the world. As always, a massive thank you to Danny and the guys at Score Draw for looking after us. They've been very kind to us over this season. So yeah, as I said, just subscribe and then go over to Twitter if you're on Twitter and follow at ScoreDrawRetro. Second up, I can't give away the other little thing that we're going to give away because it hasn't arrived yet, and I don't want to announce something that hasn't arrived yet because I bought these things and they haven't come, so I don't want to announce them yet. But there'll be another little bit, one or two bits and pieces as well. We'll be looking to give away for a birthday next week. And of course, we'd love to hit 10,000 subscribers before we turn 1 year old, which technically is May, but we've, through my stupidity, we've said it's the 13th of March. So thank you to everyone as well for all your support over the year, 9 months now, that the channel's been going. It's been an amazing start for us. What have we got? One of the Bayern game, or on the Bayern game, said Joshua. Nice. I think that's how you wanted me to pronounce that, mate. Whoops. Somebody else asked for that one. I get awful abuse over there. Whoop, by the way. Awful abuse. Twitter fucking slaughters me for those whoops. Craig, you're a smart lad. All reads are smart. I think you meant to say Reds, but I don't know. Is De Bruyne injured? I'm unsure, Kate. He did go off through the last game. But anyway, back onto the rules. Anything else on these rule changes anybody wants to go through? Thumbnail makes Neville look like... can't read that word, Ben. Sorry, man. Can't read out that word. Can you celebrate on the 15th? I'm 24 then, said Red Hulk. The reason we've gone with the 13th, actually, we said 11, 12, 13th, and we said the 13th because that's the day that we're playing Bayern Munich. So we'll be able to give the score draw shirt away after the Bayern Munich game. We'll announce the winner. So hopefully we'll have a chance for more people to enter. And as well, we gave away those 2 John Barnes signed images on Sunday. Well, that was yesterday, Craig. Yesterday. So congratulations to the winners of those as well. I saw Klopp entering Anfield, said Joshua. Nice. Kevin De Bruyne has a hamstring injury, said Brian Morrissey. What else have we got? Per Mignolet never gets played. P.S. Love the live streams. Thank you very much, Brad. That's really kind of you, mate. Always lovely to hear that people enjoy it. Yeah, look, Mignolet, as much as I don't rate Mignolet, and I don't, I have to say he's been a thorough professional this year. He's been supportive of the guys. His post on social media has been great. And if he wants his move in the summer, I think he's fully earned that respect from the club. Craig, I got you a bunch of extra subs from the video I posted about you. Honestly, buddy, I don't know what video that is, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful. Firstly, though, thank you. I do appreciate that, mate. That's really kind of you. But I'm not sure which video because there's been a lot pop up lately. Some people have done compilations of my fucking rants as well, which I find hilarious. But thank you. Anybody that comes on, clips up our stuff, helps us out, supports the channel, views our stuff, lets people know about us. We love you. We really do. Thank you so much for your support. We're just a couple of fans like everybody else trying to just have a channel, make a community, have a bit of fun. And it's been really good. It's been a really good first year. What's up with the handball rule, said Brian O'Reilly. Right, so basically, accidental handball, no goal from now on. If it goes in off your arm, if it goes in off your hand in any way, it accidentally bounces up off your knee and goes in off your hand, mate, no goal from now on. Do we have a PO box? We've a couple of email addresses maybe you can use. It's AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com or AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, mate. Either one of those. You can send us links or an email just to say hi. We often receive emails after the shows. Actually, there's one lady, I don't want to give out her name because she doesn't comment in here, but she says hello and emails me after every match watch along to let me know her thoughts on the game. And I enjoy the interaction. It's always great to hear from people. And I try to get back to everyone that does send emails or messages and stuff like that because I appreciate people taking the time to do it. It is only Monday, October. It's fucking mad, isn't it? I can't believe it's only Monday. It feels like the Everton game feels like a lifetime ago. Graham Holmes said, I've been a wee bit under par, Craig, but honestly, mate, 5 clean sheets on the bounce, an ex-defender cheers me up. I know we've been a wee bit under par, he said, excuse me. 17 clean sheets this season. 17 clean sheets for our defence. The goalkeeper is unbelievable. Please fill me in on the rule changes. Right, one last time really quickly for those at the back. Accidental handball, goal won't stand. That's rule change number 1. So if a goal is scored and it hits a player's hand or arm, accidentally, deliberately, doesn't matter, the goal will no longer stand. No rebounds from penalty kicks. So play stopping from a restart if a penalty is saved or hits the post. So therefore, let's say Milner comes up to take a penalty. He strikes the penalty, keeper gets down, saves it, ball bounces back towards the penalty spot. That is it, no rebounds, the referee will blow his whistle and the game will be restarted. Substituted players can leave anywhere on the field. We spoke about this one before. Let's say you're in the corner flag trying to waste time and your number comes up, you can walk off at the corner flag, you can walk off the far side of the field and the new player can come on. No attacking players to be allowed in the wall anymore. So we've seen instances of players leaning back in to make gaps in the wall. Standing in front of the wall, ducking down, all that type of stuff. No attacking players to be allowed in the wall anymore. And finally, coaches are able to receive red and yellow cards. There you go. Kevin said, Craig, what music are you into? Do you like Sean Paul? Do you know what's weird, Kevin? We bought tickets, this has gone back many moons ago now, maybe 8 years, to see Sean Paul in Dublin. It was my wife's birthday, and he cancelled. And ever since then, I've had a little fucking hatred towards him just for that. I did hear that Keith Flint died. Keith Flint from The Prodigy, for those of you that might be too young to know. Very, very important cultural, musical influence in my lifetime anyway. His hairdo from Firestarter and the jumper that he wore in that video, it's iconic. It's iconic, and it's very, very sad to hear the passing of Keith Flint. And Luke Perry as well from Beverly Hills 90210 passed away after having a stroke. So yeah, really, really sorry and sad to hear about both of those. Keith Flint, Luke Perry, both people that have, I won't say impacted my life, but certainly touched my life, embraced my life. I've had, I watched Beverly Hills 90210 growing up, and they're making a reboot of that show as well. And of course, The Prodigy and Keith Flint. I mean, how could you not love Keith Flint? He's an absolute character, and it's very sad to hear of his passing indeed. So, rest in peace to both of them. Is the rant about the cyberbullying thing? Oh, it's the rant about the cyberbullying. Oh, sorry, mate. Thank you for that, mate. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Kevin said, I like curry and Guinness. Mum's Indian and Dad's Irish. That's a beautiful mix, mate. I'd say dinner time in your house must smell lovely. I love the smell of spices and stuff like that cooking. But yeah, a Guinness fart isn't great though, mate. So, we do have to balance it out with that. I've got loads of transfer news and other bits and pieces to get through as well, guys. As I said, it's a really, really packed show tonight. Oh, Brian, mate, don't even get me started on Garth Brooks cancelling his concerts. Don't get me started. I was at the Garth Brooks gig the last time he played Croke Park, and I was heartbroken when he cancelled. I know you probably don't believe this, but I'm a massive Garth Brooks fan. So when he cancelled that show in Dublin, and as you said, mate, the country went into meltdown. Well, I was one of those people that was absolutely heartbroken. We took it so badly that myself, my wife, the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, we looked at going to one of his shows in Canada to cheer ourselves up. It just didn't work out timing-wise, but yeah, I definitely remember that. I was very annoyed about it, mate, as most of the country was. I think 1 in every 5 or 6 people, or something ridiculous like that, 1 in every 5 or 6 adults in Dublin had a ticket to see that show, or in Ireland, something stupid like that. I don't remember the exact statistic. Hey Craig, we should go far in the Champions League after last year. I'll get to that Champions League thing actually, right? That's what you can see the thumbnail on tonight's stream, and the headline is about the Champions League. So Gary Neville reckons that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool should ditch the Champions League and focus 100% on the Premier League. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we think of this? Memory serves me correct, this is not the first time that Gary Neville has suggested this to Liverpool, that they forget about the Premier or the Champions League and just concentrate on the Premier League. I don't like it one bit. I do not like this one bit. For me, you've got to go as far in both competitions. Somebody said to me last night, would you be happy if you won the Champions League and came second in the Premier League? And honestly, guys, that has never entered my head once until somebody mentioned it to me yesterday. Yeah, I want to go as far in both as we can. And if I had to go out one, yes, I would go out of the Champions League because I'd like to focus on the Premier League. But I don't think that you can do that. I don't think it's right to just say, well, do you know what? Throw this competition away, that we've a very good chance of going far in. If we got through the game against Bayern Munich, you're in the quarterfinals, for Christ's sake. Maximum then of 5 more games of football. You can't do that, in my humble opinion on this one. Do you remember when Lucas Leiva won Lazio Player of the Year because all the Liverpool fans voted for him? Yes, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And that's why I love Liverpool fans. They do crazy shit like that. R.I.P. Keith Flint and Luke Perry, both legends, said Yasin. David, massive Garth Brooks fan, mate. I'm not even taking the piss, honestly. I won't say every album. There might be 1 or 2 I don't have because, with his recent collection, he did a deal that he only sells his albums in America now in Walmart, I believe. I don't know if that deal still stands. Nonsense from Gary Neville, the man's a tool, said David Bean. Paul Merson said it a few weeks back as well, said the Irish Beard. Brian Morrissey said, nah, you're right, he said it in this season already. And Paul Merson, Ellis also said it before as well. This is crazy. Proper Skill said, bullshit, we're winning the double. I'll take that, mate. I will definitely take that. Van Dijk should have a statue. Not yet, but maybe when he's finished, mate. He's certainly on his way to earning one. What a player he is. Gary should have kept his mouth shut. If we lose the Champions League, we can try in the Premier League and vice versa. So Brian O'Reilly. Jake Donnelly Videography said, no team in the world would ditch the Champions League. It doesn't make sense, Jake, does it? It's absolute madness. And why would he even suggest it? I guarantee you the motherfucker wouldn't say that about Manchester United. I guarantee you Gary Neville wouldn't say to United, if they were let's say they were 1-1 against Paris Saint-Germain, I guarantee he wouldn't say, do you know what? Ole should fuck the Champions League in the bin and concentrate on 4th place. Concentrate on qualifying for the Champions League for next season. I guarantee he wouldn't say it because he'd be absolutely slaughtered. Tom Boland said, in fairness, Garth Brooks puts on one hell of a show. He does, mate. He really does. If Dries Mertens was younger, he'd be a great transfer for Liverpool. Is what Shaqiri should be. I agree with that. Pragma Verts. He'd be a very good signing for Liverpool. We always get motivation after every Champions League game, said Corey Westby. Still early, Bayern is a manageable game and carry on, said Sean W. It is 0-0 going over there. We score once, they've got to score twice. For me, it just seems madness. Particularly when we've got one more game after that and then it's an international break. It doesn't make any sense to start thinking about jumping out of the Champions League. I have to be honest and say, if we end up second in the league but won the Champions League, I'd be gutted at missing the title. It's a weird thing to say, Gonads, isn't it? I kind of have a similar feeling, buddy. As much as you would love to celebrate a Champions League victory, and my God, would we celebrate it? Absolutely. It would feel a little bit more shallow to me, a tiny bit perhaps, if the Premier League faded away from us. But it's so tough to say that because, let's be honest, winning the Champions League is one hell of an achievement. And number 6 would sit very nicely in the trophy room at Anfield. Damien McKenna said, they bloody will draw points this season, City. You've just got to give it everything now. Come on, Liverpool. They will draw points, Damien, and I think we'll probably might drop a couple more as well. But look, you got to keep going, man. Concentrate on our games. 9 cup finals to go in the league for us. As you can see, next fixture, next Sunday at 12 p.m. against Burnley. Then comes Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Before the international break, then we've got Fulham away on the Sunday, the 17th of March. Then we're back at home against Spurs on the 31st, and then away at Southampton on a Friday night game. When are these changes taking effect? I don't want to say in case I'm wrong, mine, but I think it could be next season. But I did get the information, full disclosure, as I said at the start, from Sky Sports website. So there's a lot more information on there if you want to go have a look. It's on the app as well if you have the Sky Sports app. Do I like Nirvana? I don't like them and I don't not like them. Now my wife, on the other hand, would really like Nirvana. Is the Burnley game on TV as a 12 o'clock kickoff? I would say so, Stephen. But God, do you know, I don't know 100%. I'll do the Google live on air actually, in case anybody wants to know. Let me just check. Come on. I had the fixture list up earlier on. Doesn't make for great viewing, sorry, but I want to give people answers if they want to know about the fixtures. Right, Liverpool fixtures. Right, here we go. It is on BT Sports. It's on BT Sports, for those asking. BT at 12 p.m. Thank you, Eganito, for that one. What closure? I said disclosure, mate. Full disclosure, as in, like, to be completely transparent about where I'm getting the information from. Premier League, just to shut everybody up and take a huge weight lifted off the club, says Raju. Oh, mate, I want that Premier League so badly as well. Liam, how are you, pal? How's tricks, Craig, my mate? Fuck Neville. That's how soft he is. Just swerve the biggest club competition when you can win the double. Exactly. Then all big ears will drop points. Fact. All these rule changes and VAR, Stevie. Yeah, Stephen's right. Stephen Richards there. VAR coming in as well. David Bean said, to be honest, we were never favourites for the league. To be in with a shout with 9 games to go is brilliant. It is. But at the same time, look, there's a little bit of disappointment going around at the minute. I have to be honest. 7-point lead at one point. We went through a difficult period of games. We're still in touching distance. Everything is still to fight for. And we've got to keep believing. We've got to keep believing in this group and this manager. Crosby Red said all of March's games are on TV, which is class, Crosby Red. Thank you for letting us know that one. No BT on Virgin Ireland. I have to pay extra for my one if that makes you feel any better, mate. Yeah, I don't get it with my Sky package. I have to pay for it separately. Swerve all big ears and finish second. Now, wouldn't our rivals like that? We've stayed in these two competitions to have a right go at them, not tamely fold, said Graham Holmes. How many Premier Leagues do we have? You know the answer to that, mate. And if you're talking about fixtures, 9. If you're talking about trophies, we all know the answer to that one, and I'm not even going to say it out loud. I'm thinking of getting the Orlando City shirts, said Stephen Richards. Yeah, they're nice, mate. Though I like the white away one, the reverse of the purple one. But unless I'm mistaken, Gary Neville, but throwing a game is illegal. I mean, that's a fair point on that as well, Tom. You've made a very fair point there. And as John Hamilton has said, that is in my notes as well. Congratulations to Virgil van Dijk for winning Player of the Month for February. We did urge people to go on and vote, and Liverpool fans never let their players down when they're up for these votes. He did win the February Player of the Month award, and he beat out the likes of, where is it? So Virgil van Dijk beat out the likes of Sergio Aguero, Laporte, Raheem Sterling, Ashley Barnes and Paul Pogba to win that award. I think that's the third month in a row now a Liverpool player has won it. Fairly sure that Mo Salah won the December and January awards, so clean sweep for Liverpool over the past 3 months. Craig, do you have the One Football app? I don't, Harry, no I don't. BT is free with air. Yes, but that's, you still have to pay for air, Eganito, if you get me. So you still have to buy the air subscription, which for me I think is $31.99 a month. Although weirdly I do get it free with my phone, but I don't want to watch games on my phone or my tablet, so I do pay the $31.99 a month to get the BT pack and the air pack, and I think you get ESPN and a few other bits and pieces as well. How are we on? Great to have you in, pal. Who do I want in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? Barcelona. I really want us to play Barcelona. It's been too long since our club played Barcelona. I wanted you to say won this season. Well, we don't have it yet, buddy. I'd love it though. God, I want it so badly. Not even going to lie about it. I really want our Premier League. I mean, there's no denying I'll be disappointed like everybody else, but I want it so fucking badly. Do you and the missus like Bollywood? No, Kevin. Can't say it's our thing. I love, what I do like about it is the choreography and the colour. But no, it's not something I watch. I swear the media are so biased against Liverpool. We've only lost once and we're bottle jobs. They do well, I don't think the media call us bottle jobs, but I did see something on one of the sites, might have been Sky Sports, that actually said have Liverpool slipped up or something like that, and I just thought, oh, you had to get the word slip in there, didn't you? Craig, I'm very confident that we'll do the double. I'd love it, mate. Can you imagine finishing the season with a Champions League, Premier League double? That would be ridiculous. Murder on the dance floor, what a name. We must go to the next round of the Champions League. How are we going to attract players if we don't go far in the competition? I don't think there's ever any realistic intent for Liverpool not to try the best. There's no way Jurgen Klopp is going out and doing that and not trying to get through in the Champions League. As you said, mate, it makes no sense. The only thing that will kill me is if we could lose one game all season, most clean sheets, best defence, and still not win the league. Well, I think Jamie Carragher said in 08-09 they only lost 2 games that season and still didn't win the league. So sometimes you're better off losing and drawing less. It can, you know, like let's take for an example the last 2 games we played. Manchester United we drew, Everton we drew. If we won one, lost one, we'd be a point better off than we are now. It's weird, isn't it, when you think about it like that. Liam said City will drop points, mark my words. Look at who they've got. Tottenham, United away, Palace as well. Not an easy place to go. Plus injuries will tell. Their next 3 fixtures are fairly easy though. Although look, I say easy, that's a bit disrespectful to the clubs, but they've got Watford, I think Bournemouth. No, they've just played Bournemouth. Watford and 2 handy enough ones after that. PC Benjamin said I think we should try to win the remaining 9 games. I don't think we can afford many more points drop, Benjamin. You're right. Yeah, it's going to be squeaky bum time for the last 9 games. Red Heat Gaiman said, if we go out of the Champions League, do you really think we can catch Manchester City? There's so many questions how City will be like in the next few fixtures. I don't want to go out of the Champions League at all, mate. It's not something I'd be intending to do. If we do go out, because we're beaten by a better team, then so be it. But my focus has always been on the Premier League, and in full transparency, I've always wanted us to win the Premier League. But yeah, you can't say it'll benefit us by going out. I just don't buy that one bit. Manchester City, are they capable of winning the last 9 games? Yes. Are we capable of it? Yes. Let's just wait and see what happens. But we got to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting. We're one goddamn point down. When City fans were 1 point down or a couple of points down recently, they still believed. We've got to do the same. Would Neville advise United to throw the City game? No, he wouldn't, mate. Not a chance. Yeah, the shirts are expensive, Stephen. The shirts are expensive, even over in Orlando. Here you are talking about $75, $80 for a shirt, maybe. I don't think I've ever been more excited for a season to just end, said Jack's Page. Still quite a way to go. 9 league games to go. Pragmavert said Liverpool drew 11 times in 08-09. That's a lot of draws, isn't it? A lot of points left on the table. And Crosby Red said, I want us to knock out Manchester City in the Champions League quarter-finals. A little touch of deja vu. John Stones and Kevin De Bruyne are injured. So is Fernandinho. Is he not, if memory serves? I think Fernandinho's still out. I hope we get City in the Champions League. Will be the biggest tie ever, said the Irish Beard. Yeah, I wonder what excuse they'll make when we knock them out if we did play them. Because last season, we know what it was all over. It was all over the broken window on the bus. Even the away leg, or the home leg for them, was all about that. Everything was not their fault. They couldn't accept that they were beaten. It was the referee's fault. Poor El Pep was sent to the stand. That's one of the things that turned me off that club the most. They couldn't just admit that they were beaten by a better side over 2 legs. It disgusts me. Before the game, we heard so much about fuck Anfield and their atmosphere. Not going to bother us one bit. They came, they bottled it, went there, beat them in their own patch, and it still was everybody's fault but their own. Craig Weston said City will drop points, so will we. 2 wins the most of the remaining 8 games. Do you think Klopp will be sacked if there's no trophies? No, and I can't say that enough. No, forever no, a million times no. There is not a chance in hell that FSG are going to consider sacking Jurgen Klopp anytime soon. Not a hope. Look at what he's done. Look how well he's raised the profile of the club. Look how much money he's putting into the club through attracting players, through Liverpool going far in the Champions League, better sponsorship deals. No, there's not a hope they're going to sack him. Oh, there shouldn't even be a consideration, by the way, that they should sack him. From my point of view, he sees out his contract. Can't believe Salah missed them chances. Look, yeah, it wasn't great. But look, on the Salah thing, I had a little chat about this with you guys yesterday. He's going through a tough period at the moment. And we've got to get behind him. It's as simple as that. He's our boy. Mohamed Salah is a Liverpool player. We get behind him, we back him, we sing his name from the fucking rafters, we let him know how loved he is at this football club, we big him up on social media, we give him nothing but love and respect because it's what he deserves and it's what this damn football club is all about. So we get behind our boys. It's disappointing in 90 minutes if the chances are missed, yes, but when the whistle blows, we're back behind our guys, offline. He's our boy. I love Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane. Those boys have given us some unbelievable memories and they deserve our support. If they're struggling, we need to get behind them and let them know that we have their back. Look at the situation with Gareth Bale at Real Madrid at the minute. We don't want to be like that. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Liverpool Football Club, their fans are renowned for being the best around the world. We get behind our players. We back our players. We make beautiful songs about them and we turn them into superstars. And we get behind him, as I keep saying. So stay behind Mohamed Salah. Keep getting behind him. Let him know he's loved. Let him know he'll get through this. And the boy will deliver because he's an absolute superstar. Benjamin said, this title race is making me nervous. Yeah, but it's great to be in it, mate, isn't it? Isn't it great to be part of a title race? It's so much nicer than sitting in 3rd or 4th and just seeing out the season and making sure that you're comfortably in 4th place and that you go as far as you can in the Champions League. I'm in my room shitting it. I would cry if we lost the league. It's alright, mate. It's going to be disappointing, and I'm not telling you. You get out your emotions whichever way works for you, pal. But it's not over yet, buddy. There's 9 games to go. 9 games to go. Werner, they didn't sign him on a pre-contract. I've heard nothing that guarantees that Werner has signed for Bayern Munich on a pre-contract. All I've heard is two outlets in Germany. And October, if you're on the line here, if you're watching, maybe you can help out here. Have said that they've agreed terms. They've agreed no terms with the club whatsoever. They can't sign him on a pre-contract because he's got a year left on his contract. So they have to agree a fee with Bayer Leverkusen with RB Leipzig. So there's no way they can sign him on a pre-contract because his contract isn't up for another 16 months, something like that. Coutinho is fucking far from the greatest of all time of Liverpool midfield, mate. That's a fucking ridiculous comment. Steven Gerrard. He's not fit to lay Steven Gerrard's boots, let alone call Coutinho the greatest of all time in the Liverpool midfield. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Have you not heard of Graham Souness? Steven Gerrard. Come on. There has been many, many, many footballers a lot better than Felipe Coutinho that has graced Liverpool's midfield. That's not. The All Black Liverpool shirt's the best thing I've seen. I don't like this season's version of a Corey, but I like last season's version of it. I just think last season's shirt looked better in all black than the one with the collar this season. 27 points still to play for fuck's sake. Come on, lads. Another shout out, guys. Look, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We are heading towards 10,000 subscribers. Every single one helps, and we do appreciate everyone that helps us out. So please do hit that button and drop a like on the stream. Football jerseys are crazy overpriced nowadays. Yes, mate, they are. And you've got 1, 2, 3 shirts. Then you've got the training kit, the away training kit, the European training kit. Kids, if you've got kids as well, like myself and many, many, many other people, yeah, you're shelling out a lot every year in shirts. Klopp needs to get 3 stars in the summer. This whole squad, or settle this whole squad down. Listen, you guys are going to accept squad rotation or fall out with me, so Pragmaverts. I think when you're winning, squad rotation's a lot easier to accept, isn't it? When you're up there challenging for things all the time. Is Oxlade-Chamberlain fit for Bayern? On Oxlade-Chamberlain, there's been a few bits and pieces going around about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's been confirmed that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is set to make his long-awaited return for the Reds on Friday in an under-23s game. This has been confirmed by the official Liverpool site, by the way. So he's going to play for the under-23s on Friday. I looked at this and I actually think it's mad that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's still only 25 years of age. It feels like he should be older than that because he's been around the game for so long. But yeah, he is only 25 years of age, and it got me to think about the whole Liverpool squad. We have a very, very good young squad there that, you know, with a few additions, as people have said, the more they play together, the defence is only going to get better as well. The future is bright for this football club, but there is no doubt having Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back will be unbelievable. Will he be available for the Bayern game? No, I would say not. If he's getting his first minutes with the under-23s on Friday, what have we got then? No, I would say no. No, it's too close. Too close, I'd say. The next round after that is probably more likely. And I'm saying we get to the next round because I'm being confident. Ella said even the Dublin shirt is €70. It is. The only time I buy the Dublin shirts, Ella, is when O'Neill's do the 3 for 2 sale. So I buy one for me, one for my daughter, and then usually buy one for my goddaughter as well. Craig, my biggest challenge is on March the 21st. My ex is trying to bleed me dry in court. Mate, I wish you good luck. I've thankfully not been in that position, but I wish you the best, mate. Xabi Alonso would come before Coutinho, said Murder on Zidane's floor. Mascherano and Alonso better than Coutinho, said Tom Jones. Hope you get Nike as a kit sponsor. I don't want to see Liverpool Football Club have anything to do with Nike. I don't think they're a good fit. Just a personal thing. I'm not a fan of Nike kits, really. I'd love Liverpool. I'd like us to stay with New Balance. I'd like us to go back to Adidas because then we get to have all the lovely retro kits with the proper Adidas badge on it. Under Armour would be sweet. Puma would be... I don't like Puma, and Manchester City are after going with Puma, so stick Puma. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what does happen and who Liverpool do sort that deal out with, because we've 1 year to go on our deal with New Balance, so I'm sure the club are going to look to start negotiating. Brian O'Reilly said, imagine we're playing our last game against Wolves. We're only 1 goal away from passing City in goal difference, and Raheem Sterling scores in the 90th minute. to stand on our necks. Why even contemplate the worst case scenario, mate? Just wait and see what happens. No point in just tormenting yourself with what ifs or what might happen. Just let it play out. Let the cards fall as they may. Patrick Silk said, I think City will fall soon. The last two results tell me that, Craig. Yeah, they haven't been overly convincing, but they've ground it out in fairness to them. What else we got? Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up with your call. New Balance kit is mint, said Brian. I love the New Balance kits. I do. Not a fan of this year's one because I'm not a fan of colours. That's just a personal thing. But overall, I think New Balance, the kits have been very good. Oxlade-Chamberlain hasn't reached the peak of his career yet. Calm down, guys. No, he hasn't. What is the peak for a footballer in his position? 27, 28? Louis, how are you, pal? What are you? Oh, yes, I will get to that in a second, Louis. I see your comment and I do have it in my notes. I was leaving it till towards the end, though, because there's a couple of transfer stories I want to get through before we finish up later on. Charlie Adam won more Liverpool stuff than Coutinho did. Said Harry Carling. Who said Bale's future was in Liverpool? Did anybody say that? Sean, I'm not sure, mate, but I've no fucking thoughts of Gareth Bale coming to Liverpool whatsoever. What I was saying was, as I said earlier on, the treatment he's gotten from the Real Madrid fans is absolutely disgusting. Brian Morrissey said, I'm not expecting anything from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain this season, nor am I, Brian. I'm just expecting him to get more minutes under his belt, get back to sharpness, get a full pre-season under his belt and come back and tear shit up next season for the Reds. I think we'll stick with New Balance and John Hamilton, but they'll need to up their financial offering or they'll lose the contract. We've seen the deal that Manchester City are after getting with Puma, which is of course not just for Manchester City, it's across the whole City range of clubs. 10 years, 65 million a year, I think, something like that. What do you think of safe standing? I did ask you to ask me this, mate, so I'm going to answer it. I'm all for it. I'm all for safe standing. I think that there's been enough research done on it. And look, I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert on safe standing or rail seating, whichever way you want to call it. Far from it. But I do think I've been in the cop many times. I've stood in the cop. I've tripped up over seats in the cop when people are celebrating. And I do think that safe standing is a good idea. But that's my own personal opinion, and I don't want to ram my opinion down anybody else's neck. I'm only answering because you've asked the question, buddy. And it's something I'd like to do a show on, but I'd like to do it having done a lot more research, because I feel like it absolutely deserves the utmost of respect on that situation, particularly, of course, around our own club. So, but I'd be for it personally, mate. And actually, if you think back, the Anfield Wrap did a very good piece where I think it was Robbo went up to Celtic Park and went into the safe standing section with the Celtic fans, and it was a very good piece. If you can search it up, I'm not sure if it's on YouTube or not. I'd highly recommend it because it was a very well done piece. Will said, get the open top bus ready, the real Reds, City will bottle it. United to bid 100 million for Jordan Sancho, said the Irish Beard. Look, they've been linked to fucking everybody, absolutely everybody. I'm going to the Burnley game. Nice one, oh. Nice one. 12 p.m. kickoff though, mate. I hate these early kickoffs. I'm not a fan of kickoffs before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if I'm being honest. Oh, stream knocked off there for a sec. Is it back? Can I get a thumbs up just to let me know the stream's back? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Someone give me a thumbs up there just to let me know we're all good. Just waiting for the thumbs up, and then I will go back to your comments. Sorry guys, I know somebody said the stream knocked off. Yep, you're fine, sound. Right, let's go back up. I've done that one. Joanne said, off topic, Carlisle Airport opens for flights with Long Air in July. Dublin is one of the airports it connects to and from. Options for travelling in the future. Nice one, Joanne. Always good when your travelling's made a little bit easier. Rod, good morning to you, sir. Croissant and coffee emojis in hand. And of course, the wonderful bunny. How are you, my friend? Oh, no problem, Sean. Good. I didn't know if you were replying to me or not, mate. And I just wanted to make that one sure. But thank you for letting me know. I've seen a load of Me Too's there, and I was sitting to think, what the fuck is going on here? Just seeing Me Too, Me Too, Me Too, and I was thinking, oh shit, what have I said? Have I done something? Am I in trouble? Chris said, "Hi Craig, I think City's schedule will affect them. I hope so, my friend. I really do. Look, they've got 9 league games left. They have an FA Cup game and whatever they go in the Champions League. It looks like they're going to go through against Schalke, so you would imagine, including the second leg, 3 more games at least for them there. All that snow must be weighing down Craig's internet. Oh, Dublin Airport. Half an hour of snow in Dublin Airport went into fucking meltdown, ladies and gents. People, flights delayed 8-9 hours. Nobody there working. One lad brushing snow off aeroplanes. I mean, absolute shambles. Stephen Richard said, "I think the New Balance kits are smart, but Adidas are the best." I mean, I'm with you, Stephen. I love Adidas kits. As you know, I'm an Adidas nerd. I absolutely love Adidas. Which I'm wearing now, by the way, as you can see. I'm wearing the LFC shirt. Friend of mine, the cop last Wednesday, everybody was standing, said David. Anytime, there's particular sections of the cop as well that tend to stand more than others, but yeah, most of the times I've been in there, mate, hand on heart, it was standing. I noticed in the MLS they have safe standing. They do, Stephen, they do in particular parts of the. It's actually weird because they have in some stadiums in the MLS they have what's called what do you call behind the stands in the cop and all, where you have a concourse. So they have a concourse that walks around the pitch as well. So it's like a few levels up, but you can like walk around and stand there and just look down from like a balcony type thing. It's very difficult to explain. But there are stadiums with a concourse that you can look down onto the field on. Safe standing is probably inevitable, said Brian Morrissey. Neil Anthony said, "Craig, if we win the next 3 games, we'll be 5 points clear. City will have 2 games in hand versus Spurs and Manchester United. I'd rather be 5 points in front than have 2 games in hand." Always better to have the points on the board, mate. I'm with you. Always better, and it ramps up the pressure as well if you've got the points on the board. Guys, just to clear up, tomorrow people asked us would we do some watch-alongs for the Champions League, so we like to help if we can. We like to do what people ask, so we are going to be doing watch-alongs on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow night we're going to be covering the Borussia Dortmund against Spurs game. So what time does that kick off? Let me check. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. So I'll be on air from about 7:30, 20 to 8, something like that. And we'll go through that game. It looks like an inevitability. It looks like Spurs are going to go through 3-0 up after the first leg, but you never know in football, so I'll be here to take you through that one. And then on Wednesday we'll cover the Manchester United game away at Paris Saint-Germain. Paul Merson talking shit about Salah, said Louis. Yeah, Paul Merson does talk a lot of poo-poo, to be fair. Need the pubs to open at 9 a.m. for these early kickoffs, in natural opinion. Well, doesn't a lot of the what are those pubs called in English chain? That massive pub chain in England. You know what I'm talking about. Fucking hell, what are they called? Not Harvester. Oh my god, English people, I can hear you screaming at me at this moment in time. There's some pubs in England that open at like 7 in the morning, isn't there? Weatherspoons, there you go, that's the one. JD Weatherspoons, don't they open quite early? I remember being in Liverpool and having breakfast in Weatherspoons at like 7 o'clock or something. Imagine if United wins the league. They really won't. Not this season anyway. City have got a lot of games, said Kev Wright, plus 3 games in 7 days. 2 of those are United and Spurs, I think, within very quick succession. Okay, what else have we got? Ella said, "I work in the airport and anytime it snows I want to cry." Yeah, it seemed mad yesterday. I seen an article, Ella, I think in the Irish Times or something, talking about the snow at the airport. It just seemed like bedlam. Scotty, mate, just email me. If you want to have a chat or anything, just email me. AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com, and I promise you, mate, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Should be tonight, so if you email me now, I should get back to you when the stream's over at some point, buddy. PK is the best defender in the world. He really isn't. Virgil van Dijk is the best defender in the world. Fact. My pal Tyrone was stuck on the runway in Dublin. They cancelled and the toilets got full. I heard that, Kev. I heard similar stories to that one, alright. Gonad said Sean Dyche is a big Liverpool fan. Fact. Patrick said, my biggest occasion will be on April as I'm 21. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations to you. 21 is a milestone in life. Well done. Not well done for getting to 21, I mean, but congratulations. Right, couple of more bits and pieces. Couple of transfer bits and pieces, as I said from earlier on. Okay, where are we? So October sent me this one. Liverpool have been linked with a £51 million summer move for Real Madrid and Spain star Isco. He is definitely the type of player that we need in a position that we need filling, but I'm always sceptical of stories that link us to any Barcelona or Manchester United players. And I also feel that £51 million is a very, very, very low sum of money for Isco. Although I'm not aware of his contract situation. I've no idea how long he has left on his contract. But that's one of the transfer rumours that was sent to me today. And the second one, which I've seen a lot of you guys mention in the chat, The Guardian are reporting that Liverpool are set to shift their attention away from Timo Werner and go after Celta Vigo's 22-year-old striker Maxi Gomez. Apparently, the Uruguayan international is being encouraged to move to Anfield by his compatriot and former Liverpool player Luis Suarez. So, ladies and gents, I have to admit I have not seen much of Maxi Gomez because Celta Vigo have not been top of my radar. But if anybody has watched them or anybody knows anything about them, please do let me know in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on this article, shifting attention away from Timo Werner. That's not a phrase I want to hear, if I'm being honest, shifting away from Timo Werner. We need Isco as a Coutinho replacement, said O-Dog. If you go out of the Champions League against Bayern, we can focus on the league a lot more. I would still love to go through, said Ben Rafferty. Gonad said there's no guarantees in football, and that's gone back to the comment that Gary Neville made about Liverpool should basically ditch the Champions League and concentrate on the Premier League, which nobody that I've seen in the chat has agreed with yet. October said, my friend texted me and was like, hey, Isco looks like a young Spanish Jamie Redknapp. It's not a million miles away, to be fair. Maxi Gomez, brilliant signing, said Liverpool Football Club. Luis Suarez helping us. He's a legend, said Murder on Zidane's floor. Really couldn't care about next season, who we're going to sign. Right now all I care about is this season and us winning the league, said Eliza John. Celta Vigo striker, we've been there before, Iago Aspas. Yeah, there is that as well. West Ham wanted him in January, said John Hayden. I like Isco, but something tells me he's not a Liverpool player, said Sean W. I'm always sceptical of us being linked to Real or Barca players because, I mean, when's the last time we signed one? Especially a player of calibre from either of these clubs. I love Timo Werner, said Craig Weston. I really want him to sign to Liverpool, mate. I mean, fuck Bayern Munich. I want him to come to Liverpool. If Suarez rates this Gomez fella, he'll get my support all the way. Well, he's his international compatriot, mate. He's a Uruguayan striker. I've already set money aside to buy his jersey the moment we sign him, said October. Maxi Gomez is a similar player to Luis Suarez, says Kadeem King. Swap Henderson for Maddison, never ever going to happen. Mate, it's just not going to happen. I'm not talking about Maddison part, I'm saying swapping the Henderson part. We had a chance to sign James Maddison last season when he was at Norwich, and we didn't pull the trigger, and Leicester did pull the trigger, and they've got themselves a good player. A Tranmere fan was taking the piss out of me today. He was shut down straight away. Yeah, he's not really taking the piss from a position of strength there, buddy, is he? Do you remember Maxi Rodriguez? I loved Maxi Rodriguez, Stephen Richards. Absolutely loved them. We signed him from Atletico though, did we not? I loved Maxi. He was a great little player. Too cheap for Isco. I've watched Maxi Gomez today. Looks too slow in my eyes for our system. This Gomez, does he have bite? I don't know, Rod. I don't know. If he's acting like Luis Suarez, though, people have suggested possibly. City could lose to United and draw to Spurs or Palace, said M-Shack. Absolutely, buddy. There's definitely a possibility there for them to draw points. Vast majority of Wetherspoons start serving alcohol from 9 a.m, said Joanne, speaking like a lady from experience. Have you been to a few of these yourself, Joanne, partaking in these early sessions? I know many of my mates gone over to Liverpool to games and stuff. They're on the lash from the minute they get on the boat. By the time they get to Wetherspoons at 9, they've already had a few scoops. I'm not a drinker myself, so wouldn't be for me, but I will get the breakfast in there because they usually open early, as I said. City just have too much money. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens with all the stuff that came out recently. More stuff from the Spiegel, as I spoke about yesterday. Stuff about Manchester City having players with third party ownership. Stuff about Sheikh Mansour bypassing sponsorship deals and just throwing money straight into the club and disguising it. And a few other bits and pieces of stuff around Jadon Sancho, then paying 200 or 250 grand to an agent when he shouldn't have an agent because he was under the age of 16 at the time. And there's loads and loads of other bits and pieces as well that are being investigated. Just get Felix. Job done, said John Hamilton. Real and Barcelona don't sell players unless they're not good enough. Exactly. That's always my thought on this, Brian. My friend named his dog after Maxi Rodriguez, says Connor. That's a deadly name. I did love Maxi, I really did. Remember his worldie in the World Cup, said Craig. Oh, mate, I actually don't at this moment in time. I'm drawing a blank. The Isco deal makes sense though. He's not getting enough game time. He's won everything at Real Madrid. We need a player like him in our midfield to give us more attacking flair. No disagreement whatsoever with that one, pal. None. We definitely do need somebody. Dylan said, get Craig to 10k. Oh, you guys have no idea how much we're trying to get there. We'd love to get there before we celebrate our 1 year birthday on March the 13th for the Bayern Munich game. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, we're just over under 500 away. We really would appreciate you hitting that button. And don't forget, by subscribing, you're in with a chance to win that Score Draw retro shirt as well. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, go over to Twitter and follow at Score Draw Retro, and then we'll pick a winner on March the 13th. And we're going to have another little giveaway as well beforehand. I'm just, as I said, waiting for the thing to arrive in the post before I can give it away, because I don't want to give away something I haven't received yet. It could go missing or anything could happen, so keep an eye out for something else coming up as well. Nothing will happen, Craig, except maybe a few more brown envelopes sent over to UEFA, said David Bean. Honestly, mate, I hate saying this, but I'm not really expecting much to happen either. What's wrong with the moderators, Troy? What's up, buddy? Do let me know. The moderators I always support because they save my ass a lot of the time. Sometimes they're a bit trigger happy, but they do have good intentions. City have more money didn't influence a recent wobble, to be fair. No, did anybody say it did, Elijah John? And I'm not getting on fucking Salah's back for missing opportunities yesterday either. As I said earlier on, we support our players. You need to get behind Salah. It was frustrating yesterday he missed the chances, but he'll stick some more in. And he's already banged in 17 this season in the league. So we need to get behind Mo and let him know that we've got his back. Who is investigating this Der Spiegel stuff, said Dave Sweeney. Are they actually investigating it? Yes, UEFA are investigating it 100%, mate. Manchester City are refusing to comment on it because they believe the information was got by hacked emails and stuff like that, so they're just refusing blankly to comment on it. Not saying it's not true, they're just saying, nah, we're not commenting on it. We believe the information was... I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. We believe the information was gotten illegally, or is tainted information, or it's out of context, and a few other phrases they've thrown around. If City are done for breaking FFP rules, they should be docked points, relegated, and stripped of titles. From UEFA's point of view, they can be removed from UEFA competition. The Premier League would have to act accordingly, I think, for their own investigation, maybe. All I know from what I've read is that they can be removed from UEFA competitions. That's all I know about. Joanne said, I just googled it, but yes, I have started early on a few henna birthday party nights away. I mean, it has to be done, Joanne, doesn't it? You know, you let loose, you go and have a bit of fun. Maxi was such a crazy player. He'd 1 week where he was absolutely world class. I fucking love Maxi. He was just a player I really liked. I don't know why, I really took to him. Can't wait to see who wins the league, or how wins the league. I hope it's us, said Aiden Games. So do I, Aiden. I really do, pal. Maxi Rodriguez was really good when Liverpool beat Birmingham 5-0. You should write a book, Craig. I actually am, Corey, but not anything that's ever going to be published. Because I've got, like, nobody wants to fucking hear about my life story. But I am going to write a book. But it's merely going to be as a therapeutic tool. Because I've been through a lot. 99% of it you guys will probably never hear of, because I always happy to talk through other people's stuff. But a lot of stuff I do, you know, not drop out here, because it's past and it's happened in my life and I move on. But I am writing a book. But as I said, it will be just for therapeutic purposes because I think it'll help get closure on certain things. I've been here since 500 subscribers at Troy Francis, which you probably have. Mate, your name definitely is familiar to me for a very, very, very long time. 500 subscribers, Jesus Christ, you have been here quite a while, mate. Well, there you go, a little present. Time me out for no reason. Well, you won't be able to be timed out now, sir. Why aren't you in a good mood or cool, buddy? What's up with you? Can we make you smile? Let us know. Thing is, Craig, I'm all for constructive criticism. I get you. Absolutely, Elijah John. Everybody should be available to critique. No problem there whatsoever, my friend. You must have seen some of the fume though, mate. Some of the over-the-top reactions to both Jurgen Klopp and to Mohamed Salah that's been floating around social media. Being upset or being disappointed in their missing opportunities and saying that he didn't have a great game. Sound, mate. You're absolutely right. Nobody's above criticism, but at the same time, it's happened. He knows he hasn't had a great game. He knows he missed them chances. He looks on social media or sees stuff in the newspapers. I'd like it to be Liverpool fans saying, we got your ass, Mo. We're right behind you, buddy. We believe in you 100%. We love you, pal. And we know you'll come back stronger. Look, we're all disappointed he missed those yesterday. Did anybody see the thing that the Anfield Rap put up that every time Jordan Pickford saves a shot, the big screen inside Goodison Park puts up a sign that says England's #1. Literally. I think it was John Gibbons put a tweet up on Twitter with an image of it. When Jordan Pickford saves a shot, they put up a fucking screen or a screen on the big screen that says England's #1. I mean, come on. Come on. Could you be any more B-Tech than that? Like, come on. I'm just desperate for us to win the title. I get you, buddy. Here's your brother. People who say Klopp out are idiots. I love reading that word idiots. It's such a lovely Irish word. It's Klopp who has gotten us into this position, said Gonads, which is true. Mohamed Salah looks sad and disappointed. He knows he's not gone through his best time, but yeah, he'll come back. He's Mo. He'll come back. The Bitters even sang Blue Moon. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that was the World Cup final, wasn't it? When's the DVD out of the 0-0 draw with Liverpool? What's that, 11 or something they haven't beaten us in now? They actually sing England's #1. What a timpo. Good way to describe it, in natural opinion. Wouldn't surprise me, Craig, especially with that ball boy's actions. All the fans have been saying Klopp out. All the fans that have been saying Klopp out and talking shit about the players are not true fans. Gotta support our team, said Willow. Damn right. Support these boys and that manager through thick and thin. The season ain't over yet, and it's been one hell of a season so far. Still in the Europe's top competition, I should say. Still right up there at the top of the league with 9 games to go. Many, many, many fans would kill to be in the position we're in now. But that's not to say it's not disappointing, because let's be honest, we did have a lead. And we've let that lead fade away a bit. But just as Manchester City have come back, we can come back. Salah was terrific against Watford, said Elijah John. Yep, he was. He had a great game, as did pretty much everybody. It's probably in Pickford's contract that they have to put his name on the board. That would be... I don't think that's true, but can you imagine it was? I'm not going to read that Gonads, mate, because I just refuse to give that particular phrase any credence or any publicity on a stream, buddy. Nothing to do with you. I get what you're saying. I think you know where I'm coming from, though. The more we hate on Mo, the worse he'll do, said Aiden Games. Exactly. Craig, they should put up a picture of Jurassic Park when Pickford makes a save. Defo. Much more sensible. What else have we got? A book would be good for people with Asperger's and other people to see how successful you've been in overcoming lots in your life. To get you to where you're managing to do, Craig. Honestly, I don't ever blow my own whistle, Joanne, but there's been some stuff, put it that way. Yeah, there's been some stuff. I'm happy to be here as well, where we've gotten to, but we've gotten here together as a group. But yeah, thank you for the kind words. I must confess I'm feeling more confident today about our title prospects, said Elijah John. When the dust settles, it's easier to put things into perspective. That's why a lot of people tend to stay off social media for 12, 24 hours after a disappointing fixture, because it can be very toxic on there at times. Should Shaqiri start against Burnley? No, for me. Put the front three back as they were, with Bobby Firmino in there, and drop Keita in alongside Gini Wijnaldum and Fabinho. That's my opinion anyway. But of course, mate, M-Shack, I would love to know yours. England's number one is Nick Pope, said Prez Salah. Tom Boland said, I thought the whole towel for throw-ins was banned. Somebody said that to me as well. I'm after seeing it with loads of games this season so far. Gonna grab a Diet Popsy. Can't be advertising now. Of course you can. Diet Chav, the drink of champions, don't you know? Full of uncalorific goodness. Totally off the subject, but did you see Mr. Double Initials' little outburst on Twitter today with Mark? No, not on Twitter, Red Hulk. October takes care of a Twitter account. I've jumped away from it because it's, to be quite frank, a cesspool at times, and I can't be arsed with it. Not someone that works well in negativity. I tend to try and be positive about things. No, I haven't seen it. I thought Mark had him banned though, so I don't know if Mark had seen what he wrote, because I'm sure Mark said to me he had DT banned or blocked on Twitter. Everton haven't beaten us in 19 games. Last victory was in 2010. Last victory at Anfield was 20 long years ago. Weah is the best African player ever. He's also the president of Liberia, if I'm not mistaken, Brian. Is that right? I think so. I think I'm right on that one. My mates are Everton fans, travel home and away. They've got real toxic, Brian. They told me how some of their fans are. Oh, I don't know. I'd hate to be that fucking bitter in life about anything. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. Don't get trolls. I don't get people being horrible little shits. It's much nicer to have fun, have a laugh, be positive. Yeah, life's a lot more fun. Stealthful, you have definitely been following us for a very, very long time, mate. 100% remember that name. It's so hard to forget, isn't it? And thank you. We really hope we reach 10,000 subscribers as well. We're less than 500 away now. So again, last shout out on the stream. If anybody's watching, you haven't subscribed, we're trying to push on to 10k. If you can help us out and hit that button, we love you forever. And also drop a like on the stream, of course. And by entering, you'll be able to chance of winning some shit as well over the past week. As we said, we've got that Score Draw shirt coming up on March the 13th, and another little giveaway that I'm working on. How do we pick ourselves up now? Just believe, I suppose. I don't know what to say to you. We're in a good position, not as good a position as we were, but we're certainly in there with a good fighting chance. Diet Chav is made with ground up tracksuit bottoms. That's brilliant. That's absolutely. Can you throw in a few hoodies as well, mate? But that's absolutely brilliant. Club hugs for all, says Rod. I mean, if there is a goal in life, mate, that there has to be a club hug. October's put the link in for the Twitter as well. If anybody wants to give us a follow on there, October runs the Twitter account and she runs it very well. And the link is in there. And if you're on Twitter, it's just really simple, at Anfield Agenda. And the same on Instagram as well, which Kev takes care of. Instagram is just about to hit 7,500 followers, I think, which is brilliant considering it's relatively new. Do you think we'll play a more explosive and attacking style later in the season? Alex, I think we might have to. I think he has to let the leash off a little bit. We're doing so well defensively, nobody can argue with that. 17 clean sheets speaks for itself, but you're right. As Klopp said though, it isn't PlayStation, but at the same time, we can probably, I think, maybe be a little bit more attacking at times without trying to undermine the gaffer's comments. Self-published 3 books. You did? Mate, that's brilliant. Mate, you have a little asterisk, so I'm not sure. Oh, you self-published 3 books. That is amazing, Elijah John. I'm not going to publish it, no. I'm just writing it from a therapeutic standpoint. I'm not going to do anything with it. But that's well done. To write 3 books and publish them, that is a massive achievement. A hug from Klopp is defo on my bucket list at October. What's Diet Chav? It's Diet Coke. Diet Coke, Pragma Birds. Right, so here's the joke. Every stream I have a can because I love the shit, to be fair. It's one of my vices in life. So every stream I have an old can of Diet Chav, which is what we call it now. It was Diet Coke, but we didn't want to get in trouble. We didn't want to start putting the words up everywhere. So we came up with a name. Somebody said, I'm a chav because I wear tracksuits and hoodies all the time. And they meant it in a nice way, by the way. They weren't trolling, which I am. So we said, fuck it, let's call it Diet Chav. And ever since then, which is a very long time ago, I think within the first couple of months of the stream starting, it's been called Dijk Chav. And I keep forgetting that some people are new and they have no idea what we're talking about when we say things. Aiden Games, whoever said that, mate, and I don't want to read out the comment because I don't want to give the gobshite any credence, but whoever said that to you, buddy, is disgusting. Well, whoever said that it happened in that way was disgusting. If Alisson keeps one more clean sheet, he'll break Reina's record. Well, I think it's fair to say he will. Definitely keep one more clean sheet in the last 9 games. Yes, Craig, you're the nicest person ever. I have my moments, Brandon, mate. I'm not all nice all the time, I promise you. I definitely have my moments. I can have little, as you can see from my rants and stuff, I do have a little bit of anger. It's just trying to learn from everything as I go along in life, learn from all these little mistakes. Let's all pray Troy Deeney scores a hat-trick on Saturday. Yeah, please, Troy, if you're watching, pal. Big Troy Deeney, because he is one hell of a unit, mate. Big lad. Bang a couple in at the empty hat for us, please, pal. I noticed you turned the can around to avoid product placement. I don't. That's purely coincidental, mate. It's the way I bring it to my hand. I never look to not have it in. It honestly is just coincidental. I don't do it on purpose, but maybe I should make sure I do for the very reasons that you've just said, which might be a fair thing to say. Stephen Richards, mate, thank you for the super chat. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. Always appreciate any money that comes into the channel. Of course, we never really shout out about it or anything. We never talk about the links or anything like that. But look, we do appreciate it. Thank you very much. October said it's 3 more clean sheets, she thought, for the record. I don't know offhand personally, buddy. How many points do you think Liverpool need from the last 9 games to win the league? 25 in. I think we can afford a draw at the most and 8 wins. That's a guess, buddy, but what does everybody else think? To finish up tonight, last 9 games, how many points do Liverpool need to win the league? Possible 27 to play for. How many do you think the Reds need? Excuse me. John Ruddy is England's number 1, said O'Dog. Craig, what's this? Craig, can we have a show with the chimney wall and the alarm for first birthday in May? You can't see it, but the wall covering thing that used to be for the chimney wall, it's about 5 feet away from me now to my left hand side. So yeah, we could definitely do that. I won't do it for the watch along though. I'll do it the day after, because we've got the 13th of March is the Bayern Munich game, and I'm going to be joined by Brian Morrissey for that one in my house, and Connor might be here as well, so you could have 3 of us doing the watch along for that game. We'll have to wait and confirm on Connor, but I'll do it the next day to celebrate being 1 year old, definitely. Hey Blake, how are you, pal? Great to have you in. More fun bricking the windows in, if you ask me. I don't know what that's about. Right, points total. James Doherty needs us to add on an extra point. He wants 28. The alarm, I know. Do you remember the alarm? There used to be a thing, for those of you who weren't around very long. I used to stream longer than I do now even. My wife had a watch somewhere in the room, but it was hidden somewhere in the room because she dropped it once and then started hiding it, so I didn't know where it was. Every night at midnight, the alarm would go off, and it fucking drove me demented, the noise of that alarm. Yeah, and if I found it, she'd just hide it again. 27, but we'll only need 20, said Liam Kelt. 25 for Dave Sweeney. 19. 4 more draws. 25 for Thomas. McCabe, 27 for Michael Sweeney. I love Pepsi. I can buy it for 70p. I'm not a fan of Pepsi or Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Max. I guess it's all just a personal thing, isn't it? If we get to 95 points and don't win it, then fair play to City, said Natural Opinion. 27, Brian Morrissey reckons we need to go and win them all. Good to hear that you're doing well, Blake. Always good to hear that people are thriving, buddy, and doing well. So a lot of people thinking 25, 27 is kind of the way forward. Nobody really, I think a couple of people below that, but not many. Interesting stuff. 27 for Paul Turner as well. You're a drummer in your band, Sean Luke. That's class. I wish I had any musical talent, but I don't really have any talent in life, mate, at all. But I wish I did have some musical talent. I hope it goes well for you. I hope the band does well. We need to try and win them all, said Willow. Yeah, definitely do. We definitely do. I think one more draw, though, for me, as I said, is probably as much as I think we can get away with. We focus winning games and go 5 points clear, which we have a chance to do. We've 2 games, I think, coming up in one period of time before City would play again. I remember our cans were 50p and 70p for a 2 litre. Do you anybody remember a super can? Do you remember what that was? Any older people? So a super can was basically like a can of Coke or Pepsi or whatever it was, but there was another like 50% on the can. It was just a bigger can you could buy before the contour bottles of Coke and stuff start coming out. Sabrina, hide the alarm before Craig starts the show on the 14th of March. I wouldn't put it past her, mate. I honestly wouldn't. She's I've got a mad sense of humour, but she's just as mad. April is the key month, said Steve. Your talent is entertaining people. Don't think I have the talent for that, mate. As I said before, I just act as a conduit between the chat and what you guys are writing. So, no talent here, just a normal fan like everybody else. Craig, the fans really have to raise the roof at every game now, said Bernadette Farrell. Yes, they do, and I think they will as well, Bernadette, particularly the home games. But the travelling cop is always amazing, to be fair. The large tin, said Greg Duffy. Yeah, the larger cans. Reina had 22 clean sheets in 0506. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely madness from Pepe. 22 clean sheets. Fucking hell. So there we go. 3 to go. Is it 3? No, 17. So he's got 5 to go. Couldn't be 5, surely. Can we get a confirmation on that? Was that right? 22 clean sheets in 0506. That is a ridiculous record. Super cans were the shit, said Brian Morrissey. They were great, yeah. They were fucking deadly. I love the super cans. There used to be a can called Smack in the 80s. Cola and orange. Oh, that sounds disgusting, Nibbler. Oh, that sounds disgusting. I remember once up in my local supermarket, it was called, what was it called at the time? Oh, fuck. It was before it became Super Value, and then I can't remember what it was called anyway, but they were closing down, or they're getting rid of a particular brand of stock. And you know Canada Dry, do you remember that drink? Cans of Canada Dry were 10p. Oh, Jesus Christ, my fridge was full of them. It was ridiculous. I didn't even like the stuff, but it was just because it was 10p. My ma went and bought a ton of it. My mate runs a restaurant here in the world that Rafa goes to and told me Rafa will sit for hours talking to fans as long as he gets his food. Oh, look, everybody, you have to love Rafael Benitez and his good lady wife as well. Wonderful people, done a lot for the city. I've endless love for Rafa Benitez. Prediction, we'll concede 3 goals in our last 9 games, said Connor. He's calling it now. So 3 goals, Connor reckons, in the 9 games. 94 points wins it, says Billy. 26 points for Craig, they reckon that Liverpool need. No, it wasn't Super Quinn, mate. It was even older than that. It was a red and yellow logo. Oh God, I can't think of what it was called. It was 2 initials and then the name. I just can't think of what it was called. Super Quinn sausages are the shit though. They still sell them in Super Value actually. 6-1 against Burnley, said Prez Salah. Club Orange. I love Rock Shandy, Brian. I love Club Rock Shandy. No, it wasn't Londis. It was much more old school than that. It sounds like something like W.H. Smith, but obviously it wasn't that. But it was something along those lines. Is it Williams or W.H. Williams or something like that, maybe? No, it wasn't Quinsworth either. It was even older than that, mate. It was when I was a child, so it was W.H. something, I think, maybe. It wasn't L&N, no. Didn't see one of them in my life, actually. Dandelion and Burdock, don't like that one bit. Tizer, no. W.D. Williams, it was something like that, Willow. It was something along W.D. Williams, W.H. Williams, something like that. Defo wasn't British Home Stores, Nibbler, no. Roach's Stores, no. And Frascati and Blackrock. I used to go there all the time, actually. I used to live just down the road from that. No, it wasn't W.H. Smith. It wasn't Woolworth. It's only an Irish brand, by the way. So if you're not Irish, I don't think you'll remember this particular store. I think it was an Irish family that owned it. Craig, do you remember a drink called Red Card? No, I don't actually. Right, one for the Irish people before we go. Does anybody remember a packet of crisps called Crunchos? So it was like two separate words, C-R-U-N-C-H for crunch, chose, C-H-O-S or something like that. They were little red crunchy motherfuckers and they were hot dog flavoured. They were the business. They were like my favourite crisps as a child. I love them. Little crunchy hot dog flavoured pieces of heaven. Liverpool 2, Spurs 1 for Press Salah gone forward. I was giving us all the results for the rest of the season. Craig, you're talking about bubblegum drink, fluorescent blue. Oh God, fluorescent blue drink. That just sounds so wrong, doesn't it? Macaroon bars. Oh, love them. Craig, stop pulling the hair out. Reina kept 20 clean sheets, said Harry Draw 1. Thank you. Bits of pizza. Is that bits and pieces in Dunleary, or was it pizzas and cream and brie and bits and pieces in Dunleary? I can't remember which one was which. Pontefract cakes. Never heard of them. I remember when Freddy bars, or Freddo bars, I think you meant to say, were 20 cents. Yeah, Connor loves him a Freddo. I pay a fortune in the UK for Clonakilty black and white pudding. Yeah, they're of pudding. Clonakilty are the boys. I like Clonakilty sausages as well, by the way. They're quite nice. Right, I'm going now because all this talk of food is making a fat bald Irish man rather hungry. So look, guys, I will chat to you tomorrow, hopefully. We'll be doing a watch-along of the Borussia Dortmund Spurs game from 7:30 or so tomorrow. So I hope you can join us for that. I'll be back at 10 o'clock as well with a regular show. So I'll talk to you for that one if you can't join us for the watch-along. And of course, to everybody else that's watching, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. Help us on the road to 10k. And of course, drop a like on the stream. Right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You are all absolute legends. As always, look after your loved ones. Tell your family that you love them, or that the other way around. I can't remember. But either way, up the motherfucking Reds.